Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with something completely new for you. Gee, sorry. I'm not 100% sure if you're gonna like it, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna let me know in the comments or with the thumbs up and down. I was thinking about doing something like story time videos. So I'm gonna start with one topic that I am being asked about almost every single day on every single platform. Doesn't matter if it's Instagram, if it's on Twitch. I get the question super often. So today we're gonna talk about how did I end up being a streamer? How did I end up being a full-time streamer? What did I do? And so on and so on. I'm gonna be answering all of those questions. I'm gonna give you a little rundown from what I did before streaming, how I transitioned from starting streaming, being a hobby streamer into being a full-time streamer. So let's get straight into it. What did I do before I was a full-time streamer? So for the people that don't know, I'm 31 years old. I started streaming, I think, when I was 23. I think I was 23. So after I graduated, I didn't really want to be a fashion designer anymore or a tailor. I decided that I want to stay in a creative field and I wanted to become either a media designer, a web designer, something in that field. And I tried to find a job, but was sadly not successful. Then I tried also to become a tattoo artist. I'm gonna try to put some of my former art maybe here. I also applied to a lot of tattoo shops here in my city, but nobody wanted me or nobody was searching for an apprentice at that time. So I also didn't get the chance to become a tattoo artist. After finishing my A-levels, I didn't have a job for 3 or 4 months. And that was something for me, like for people that don't know me, I'm a really hard worker. I want to do stuff all the time. I can't just sit there and do nothing. So it was the worst thing for me to not have a job. What I then decided was whatever job I'm gonna get, I'm gonna just accept. So I ended up working in a mall in like a skincare / beauty store for 3 or 4 months, and for longer, for like half a year. And parallel to working there, I was searching for a better job. So why am I telling you about my history in jobs? So the next job that's coming up is actually something that helped me a lot in being a streamer. Sounds weird, but please listen. I ended up working in one of the biggest automotive companies worldwide in the purchasing department. So what are you doing in a purchasing department? In a purchasing department, you are basically negotiating contracts with companies that you buy stuff from, right? So you negotiate prices, you compare prices, and you take care of contracts, read through contracts, renegotiate contracts. So this job is the reason why I wanted to tell you about it. Because of this job, I had really good background knowledge about contracts and knowing that you don't have to sign whatever contract somebody gives you, but you can always renegotiate it, which got really helpful for me later on in streaming. If you want me to make a video about that specific stuff, please let me know, because I know it might be interesting for some, but also might be really boring for others. Back in 2012, I think I started watching Twitch, or I don't know if it was still Justin TV, but I think it was already Twitch. And one day I remember a friend of mine said, hey, you know what? He was talking about himself. He has a new internet connection and he's gonna try streaming himself. And then I realized that I have the same internet connection as him. And I was like, you know what? I could stream as well. Now, why did I start? We were often waiting to fill up a group of people to play with. I didn't really like to play solo or duo. I always liked to play in a full group of 5 people. My problem back then was simply that I didn't have enough people to play with. So for me, it didn't really make a difference if I would just play a game or if I would let the stream run on the side and have the chat open. For me, it was a potential to find new people to play video games with. So I started streaming and I got to know a lot of people really fast. I think, again, if I would start fresh now in 2021, I would probably not be as successful as I was now. I'm really aware of that I started at the right point with everything and got lucky to blow up and be one of the people that get the first wave of being really successful. I can remember back in the day when I started, there were not a lot of streamers that were even able to live. There were not as many people that were sponsored. There were not as many companies putting money into gaming or streaming. Then I started streaming while I was still working full-time, which meant for me little sleep. And that was my life for pretty much a year. And I was able to grow my stream really fast. I was smart enough to grow all of my social media at the same time as my Twitch. So when I was going live on Twitch, I would share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's why now I often get the question like, Julia, why do you have so many followers everywhere? But let's say on Twitch or on YouTube, even now, I don't really have that many views. So most of my followers are from the time back in 2014 when I was really successful compared to now. After, I think, streaming for almost a year, I think I was like around 1,000, 2,000 viewers, something like that, average. And that was the point when the first company started working with me, and through them I got my first very big deal with a company that offered me a contract for 12 months, and it was enough money for me to live off. It was always really important that I don't rely on subscriptions or donations. I never wanted to come. So I think at that point I would have been able already to just live from subscriptions and donations. But for me, it always felt wrong to, let's say if I had a month that was bad, to ask my viewers for money. Like I never wanted to come to that point where I would be like, listen guys, I really need you to subscribe or donate to me, or I'm not going to be able to pay for my food or anything, or not pay my electricity bill or whatever it is. Getting this contract for me was important, and I decided at that point I'm gonna sign this. I'm 23 years old, or I'm 24 at this point, and if I'm not gonna try to go full-time now, I will never try it. And back in the day, I was just starting to date Nathan. I think we were together for half a year. He was living in France back then, and he really motivated me and believed in me and told me I should give it a try and try to go full-time. So I did. I signed a contract. I quit my job. Then something horrible happened. When I told my mother, she was not amused about that. And she told me that she doesn't want me to quit my good job. So my mom was like, nope, you're not gonna quit your job. You're gonna tell them that you want your job back, that you don't want to quit. And you give back the contract from the gaming. And I told her no, that I want to live my dream. And she would say, okay, if you want to do that, then you have to move out. So it was a lot of pressure for me, but I really wanted to give it a try. So it was like, okay, I'm going to move out. I'm going to get myself an apartment. I had to buy furniture. Like at this point, I never lived alone. And at that point, Nathan came in clutch as well. Keep in mind, back then, Nathan in Counter-Strike in 2014, he wasn't making as much money now, and I wasn't making as much money as I make now. So it wasn't an easy decision. And he was like, you know what, we're only together for half a year, but it doesn't matter if I travel from France to my tournaments or from Austria. So why don't we just move together? Because we love each other. We want to see each other as much as possible anyway between his events. So we decided to move in together in 2014, and we got our first apartment together. Money was really tight. I moved into this new apartment together with my boyfriend, and I started streaming full-time. And I kid you not, I'm a big believer in the law of attraction. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason and all of this kind of stuff. And at that point, on this day that I started streaming full-time, everything just fell completely into place. Then I have to say, after 1 or 2 years or 1 year of streaming full-time, I have to admit I got a little bit bored, if that makes sense. Back in the day, I have to say I was a one game player, so I was just switching. I was always streaming League of Legends, and at that time I just switched from League of Legends to Counter-Strike, which was already a big thing for me because I had a huge viewer base in League that shifted to Counter-Strike. I started at Counter-Strike with low viewer numbers and then worked my way up again to having like 1,000. I'm dating a professional Counter-Strike player. At the time, he was a Counter-Strike player. He just switched to Valorant, if you haven't heard that yet. And I decided to want to be competitive as well. And that was the point where I almost killed my fucking career. Almost. I just barely survived. No, but all jokes aside, I realized that there's this amazing scene of female Counter-Strike, a great community, and I started training my ass off. I built my own team with some friends. I practiced, I played deathmatch, and I even started to stream our practices. So my stream went from being like an entertaining, fun stream to becoming I just stream my practices and I don't read my chat, and it was a very horrible time because for me I was like, oh yeah, I have all those viewers, I have all those followers anyway, they're gonna watch whatever I do, and I was very, very selfish, and that almost killed my freaking career. My viewer numbers dropped, I got better in the game, I enjoyed competing in tournaments, but at that point I really was blind and I just had the one goal of being a good player. And I didn't realize how I ruined my career on Twitch. It got that far that I dropped down to sometimes not even reaching 100 viewers anymore. That was the moment where I realized, holy shit, I did something wrong. I mean, I was always there. I was there the last 8 years, but I really have to say that I think in the last 1.5, 2 years, I put so much effort in building up everything that I ruined in so many years. And I'm really, really happy in how far we came again. And I just realized that I'm not somebody that is extremely skilled. People don't watch my stream because I'm extremely skilled at a game. People watch my stream because they like my character, they like my community, they like so many things. But not. You guys are not here because of my skill. And I had to realize that. Anyway, so the last 2 years I spent with building up my stream again. I started streaming variety. I started listening to my heart. At that point, I was really, really scared back then when I realized that all the things that I worked for, that I built up over years, just crumbled away. I was so scared. I was like, oh no, I can't switch games because the few people that are left here watching me compared to before, obviously, doesn't mean that the less people that were here, they still mean the world to me, and they're still here every single day till now. And I'm so thankful, especially for those people that never gave up on me. So if you're an OG, if you're one of the persons that's in my chat every single day, or if you're a person that just drops in once a month to drop their Prime sub, or if somebody just comes in every few months to say hi and ask how life is, thank you so much for not giving up on me when I didn't give a fuck. I really, really appreciate you. I realized that I had to listen to what makes me happy, and something that I realized through streaming, a good stream is not depending on what game I play or how good I am at the game. A good stream is when I have a good time because the mood just jumps from me to the people watching. So obviously nobody wants to watch somebody that's just grumpy sitting there all day and being like, oh my god, these people are so try hard. Oh no, I'm so unlucky. Nobody wants to watch that. People want to watch people that have fun, that are outgoing, that are screaming, that have a good dynamic with their friends, and so on and so on. And I had to learn that. It was a hard lesson for me to learn, but I'm now at a point that I'm actually so insanely proud of the community that we have, and I couldn't be freaking happier. Sum it up. Why did I start streaming? I started streaming simply because I wanted to find new people to play video games with, and it worked. And somehow, out of a hobby, out of a way to find people to play with, I somehow stumbled into becoming a fucking full-time streamer and living from the thing that I love the most. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you again in the next one. Have a good day, guys.